This demonstration will show how a Webex Teams bot can be used to monitor Communication Manager registered endpoints and alert people through opening a ticket in ServiceNow when an event happens with one of the registered endpoints. Then ServiceNow, there's a bot in ServiceNow that will send a message back to the Webex Teams space after the ticket is open with some information about the failure, a hot link, hyperlink back to the ticket, and a brief message of how to use the green meet icon to start an instant meeting with Webex Teams. So you can see from the diagram here, we're using the two clouds, ServiceNow and Webex Teams. I've got a secure tunnel between Webex Teams and the MacBook I'm using that's running my bot, and the MacBook has access to Communication Manager. This is the team space where I have the bot. I've already done the help command with the bot, and you can see there's three simple commands, and we're going to be using the risport command for this demonstration. And the risport has an add feature where I can add a device to the monitoring list. It's got a remove command to remove the device, and I can start and stop the monitoring. And the device, the way we add a device is using the device name in Communication Manager. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start the bot monitoring. Now the bot just told us that it's started monitoring and it's going to pull the devices every 10 seconds. So every 10 seconds it's going to hit Communication Manager and find out the status. And you can see what I've done here is I've pre-populated the bot with two devices to monitor. And there's, again, their device name. It's the MAC address with SEP in front of it. They're both registered. And the first one has directory number 8852, and the second one has a 10-digit directory number. Now, I've got a live video going on here, so you can see the two devices that are pre-populated are my two phones, and the DX70 in the middle is not in the list yet. And I'm using the DX70 specifically because it's a video endpoint, it's a desktop endpoint, but it doesn't matter for Communication Manager's perspective. As long as one of these endpoints is registered, the bot can monitor it and alert people when there's a problem with any of these endpoints. Okay, so the bot's told us to register, and the bot's only going to give us information if something's changed. So what I'm going to do here for our first test is I'm going to go back to the endpoints. I'm going to pull a plug out of this 8865. And this is the same thing as losing power, or other things could happen to it to cause it to completely die, right? So what happens when an endpoint Communication Manager loses power, there's keep alives that go between the endpoint and Communication Manager, and it won't show up in Communication Manager as unregistered until the keep alives stop. So this is going to take a minute or so to be unregistered. So while that's happening, we'll go to Communication Manager, and this is the admin page in Communication Manager. Oops, there, that was actually pretty quick. So it's already seen up here with this message that it's unregistered. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit the find to refresh, and you'll see it's unregistered here too. So my 8865, there's one of them that's still registered. This next one is my DX70, and now you can see the one is unregistered, right? The status right here, it's unregistered. Okay, so we go to the team space, and first of all, the bot told us it's unregistered here. So the bot knew it. Then it kicked off the ticket, opened the ticket in ServiceNow, and then ServiceNow sent me a message. It says there's a device unregistered on Communication Manager. Here's my ServiceNow ticket number, where I'm going to hit that in a second. And if I need to start an instant message with everybody in this space, click on the green meet icon in the upper right, right up here. Instant outbound to everybody. Okay, so if I hit my ServiceNow ticket, it's going to tell me, first of all, the priority, right? The priority here is important because it's critical. It's the #1 priority because the device lost power. It's not working. Okay, so my short description here, I tell it the directory number and the device name, so that can be easily looked up in the admin page, and the description. And the description comes right out of the API. Keep alive timed out. Okay, possible causes include device power outage and several other things. So this is what you're going to need to start troubleshooting. So we stick it right in the ServiceNow ticket. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug this phone back in. It's going to take it to register so that you see that the bot does keep on monitoring these devices to see that they what happens to them, even if it gets, maybe it got fixed. And you see right here, okay, so I plugged it back in. Now it's rebooting itself. DX70 went to sleep. Okay, so when that comes back online, we're going to see that in the Communication Manager admin page. It's going to show up as registered, and we'll also get an alert from the bot because it notices that too. So I'm going to switch back to the admin page, and I'm going to refresh, and it's still unregistered. And if I go back here and we take a look at it, you can see it's still unregistered here, right? I don't have a directory number yet. So that's going to come up here shortly. And go back here to Communication Manager. And we're going to check. Still unregistered. Oh, it just registered. Okay, so hit the find again. We can see that now it is registered. We go back to the team space, and there you go. After the alert, the next message we get is 8852 is registered once again. Right up here, unregistered. Message from ServiceNow, and then now the bot knows that it's registered again. Okay, so what, the next thing I want to show you here is I want to add the DX70 to the monitoring. So the way we do that is we use the command risport add, and now we need the device name. So if we go over here, here's our DX70. So we just grab this device name. We're going to just cut and paste, make it real simple. Back here and paste it. And now the bot's going to tell us, oh, okay, there it is. I'm going to start monitoring that device. All right, so now we're going to go back to Communication Manager, and I'm going to do a reset on the DX70. So you'll see what happens when an endpoint gets reset. So I check the DX70, reset, and this is just rebooting the device. Close this, and I'm going to go over here, and you're going to see, oh, this guy re-registered, right? Okay, so the DX70 takes a second before it goes and does its reboot thing. You're going to see the screen go dark here shortly. Oh, there it is. And we got the alert pretty quick that it had a problem. So if we look at the information from the bot, first thing we see is we see 3 devices being monitored here, right? The bottom one is the DX70. And we know that it was unregistered, right? We saw that. And its DN is 1112. We got the alert here from ServiceNow. We go and click on the ticket. Okay, so the first thing we see, again, is priority. Now this priority is different. Remember the first time when the phone lost its power, it was priority 1. Now this is moderate, and I think it's rightly so because it's a different type of failure. Again, we put the directory number in the short description, the name of the device, and the description, call manager reset. Okay, and that happens either due to an explicit command from the administrators, what I did, right, or due to an internal error. So more likely than not, that's probably what's going to happen is somebody just did a reset, the admin did it. So you can make these whatever you want in the bot, but that's why I just want to show you can differentiate the type of failure and the way you open the ticket in ServiceNow. Okay, so if we go back to the list of phones and we see, I'm going to refresh. Okay, we can see that the DX70 is registered. We go back to the team space, and there you go. We can see they're all registered again. All right. The two 8865s and then the DX70. So that's the end of this demo, and thanks for watching.